Hey! Do you know how long I have been meaning to get back into connection, into divine timing, into my inner light with myself, most importantly, and with my viewers? Um, what happened was, what happened was my laptop broke or fell and smashed when I was in Dubai a few weeks back, and that was my source of getting out to my inner self and my viewers through here. And yeah, the laptop itself is not broken and whatnot. It still has all of its assets and valuables on it in access, but the screen is completely demolished, which means I wasn't able to make any videos. But luckily, I have my sister's Mac, which I am tuning into, and that's why I'm here. So I've been having so much things and so much thoughts and so much reflecting and so much insight that has been inside of me, and I wanted to share it just in case it resonates with the next person. And I've been just getting an itch, and I guess God would have it. Now would be the best time where I'm in a sense of solitude and calmness, and by myself. So I decided, you know what? I'm about to make a video. And like my previous, wow, like what's up with my words? And I can't even blame it on Mercury retrograde anymore because it's gone. But you know what? It's still in the shadow period. So yeah. Yeah. Mercury, get it together. Yeah, I like my previous videos. I said in one of the videos, I don't come on here with a specific and some type of calculative ways of how I'm supposed to communicate to you guys. I just speak my mind, speak my truth, and however it comes out is how it comes out. You know what I'm saying? I didn't put on no makeup. I didn't go get all glammed and whatnot. I tried a little bit, but I didn't put on no makeup to say, oh, how do I look on this video? I want you guys to hear what I'm saying and what's on my mind. And if it should resonate, then great. If not, then this is not where you're supposed to be, or it doesn't apply to you. Either way, um, there is two significant, specific things that I wanted to touch base on, and that is on the topic of accountability. That really much that sums up the overall perspective of things, accountability. And I also wanted to talk about the thin line between loyalty and stupidity. Okay? And I thought that, this would be good because I think people tend to see things in the opposite way, the complete opposite of how I think will how I think, or what I think shall set you free, and that's accountability, right? So I feel like when we get into altercations, disagreements, oppositions, with our peers and with our colleagues and with even the naysayers and the negative and the cockroaches and the cancer energy, um, we tend to go into defense mode. We tend to point fingers and speak on what we feel is their wrongs, what they did, that made things go left, and what they did that rubbed you the wrong way, and this, that, and the third, XYZ. And I realized that it's kind of like pointing the fingers and there's three fingers pointing back at you type of bullshit. Not bullshit, I shouldn't say bullshit because it's very real, but type of cliche line they say, when you're pointing a finger at somebody, there's three fingers pointing back at you. And I feel like this is where this applies. It's like, while you're so busy pointing at the wrongs of the next motherfucker, it seems so easy to do that, but really the truth is, if we take accountability of our actions, of our wrongs in the situation that may have escalated the bullshit, we set ourselves free. All right, that's what I'm basically trying to get to. We set ourselves free by having accountability. Okay, we set ourselves completely free. It's like, I feel like owning accountability is like giving ourselves to the Lord to some degree. It's like, you know what? Never mind what that person said that rubbed me the wrong way. Never mind what that person did that was very lower vibration and negative energy like. Never mind all that, because the truth of the matter is I could name a Santa Claus list of what that person did that didn't rub me the wrong way, but I can't control that person's actions, that person's thoughts, and that person's way of life. But I can control mine, and I have to live with mine. So if I'm going to live with my shit, I am going to have to make it some beautiful shit. I'm going to have to make my shit smell like beef patties to some degree. I am going to have to own accountability so that I could be free. So that when the next person is pointing fingers my way and saying what I did, and we're kind of mirroring each other, saying, okay, you did this, I could be like, you're right, I did do that. And I see my wrong in that, and I take full responsibility. I apologize. You see that shit? I apologize. Now, when that person's pointing fingers, it's just like, what are you pointing fingers at, mama? Or, sir, ma'am? I apologize. And if it's genuine, and if it's really genuine and you see your fault, then that negative energy can't touch you. It cannot consume you. It cannot vibrate you. It cannot shift your positivity. It cannot shift your state of mind. You stay equipped. You are cool. Okay? Over here. So that's something that I felt the need to put out there to my viewers and to anybody that this should catch. Accountability is a beautiful thing, and a lot of people think taking accountability, righting your wrongs, apologizing to keep peace is a sucker move. It's weak. It's giving someone the upper hand. But the truth of the matter is that it's a blessing, and it will set you free, and it will allow you to keep it pushing, keep it moving, focus on better things, bigger things, positive things, goals, life, love, blessings. It gives you a chance to better focus on that, as opposed to sitting in somebody else's wrongs, somebody else's energies, lower vibration, just chaos. All else is badness. All else is chaos. All else is a distraction. So I think that we should exercise at focusing and, taking full control of our energy and what we put out there. Never mind the next person. Never mind the next, never mind the next motherfucker, really. Excuse my French, but I want to speak as frank and as blunt as I feel this message is. And I feel if it resonates, then great. If you want to continue to do it your way, that's fine. But this is how I'm going to operate and make an effort of operating in. So yeah, that's how I feel about that. And I say this because a lot of us as humans live our life with pointing fingers and making the next person feel lesser than, or mirroring each other's negative vibes, negative vibrations, and patterns and things of that nature. And we really don't reach a conclusion. All we reach is bitterness, resentment, and hatred, and negative toxic energy amongst things that we won't accept and surrender to, and just forgive. Really, I kind of go a thin line between accountability, I feel, is also forgiveness, and just finding it in you to forgive people. And if you feel that when you're being genuine with that person, that you decided to own accountability, and they're still rubbing you the wrong way and still sending that negative energy your way, and still wanting you to be mad or sit in this type of energy for God knows what, then it becomes a different issue at this point. It becomes a, wait a minute, hold on, step back, analyze, calculate. why am I around this person again? And maybe it's not, it's bigger than the issue at hand. It's bigger than that argument. Maybe this stems from something else, and maybe I need to withdraw myself and keep a distance. It's either I keep a distance from this motherfucker, or I completely vacate the area for good. So I think that we need to, getting older and getting more mature and getting more goal oriented and more spiritually inclined, we need to protect our energy, protect our space, and protect our attitude and our mental state of mind, because what you think you're really manifesting. This is something I know. This is something that I have dealt with myself. So I think it's very important to protect your energy, and I mean protect it by at all costs. And I'm talking about family members as well. I'm talking about colleagues as well at work. I'm talking about finding a way to draw that boundary and set some, limits of what you will take and what you won't take and what you will do if need be. And when I say what you will do, it's not a threat. It's a blessing. It's a protection. It's a I will. The only thing that I will do is take myself away from your energy. And if that's a downfall for you, then so be it. But yeah, accountability is something I want everybody to take more time and more ownership in doing, because it's the truth and it's only going to set you free. Okay. And also, I wanted to talk about that thin line between loyalty and stupidity. Okay. We've all played victim at being loyal and being straight dumb. And we use that loyal card so that we don't have to own up to our stupidity, pretty much, and we could turn a blind eye to being a doormat to somebody, or wanting to stay in a situation that you know is no good for you, that you know is toxic for you. So you throw that loyalty card out there. I'm loyal. This is me. This is how I represent. And it's okay for the next one. If he doesn't want to be loyal to me back, I know my heart and God knows my heart. So I'm loyal. And that's why I do that. So God would really want you to sit in this energy. That's also what you're saying. God really wants you to not have no morals, no self-value, no self-love. Most importantly, I think it's a lack of love when people try to use that in these type of scenarios to this degree, completely discrediting and demolishing their own worth and throwing that loyalty card. I think it's bullshit. It's a pity, really. And they need prayer, and they need, most importantly, self-love. When I say this, I'm more talking about, I feel like this more applies in toxic relationships with the masculine and the feminine. I feel like a man and a woman, when they stay with somebody who they love for whatever reason, and they made some type of subliminal or unconscious commitment to their self that they're never leaving this person no matter what, because of the way this person has made them feel at one point or another. But I feel like you got to be very careful with that. And there comes a thin line between love and hate. And there also comes a thin line between loyalty and codependency, which I don't feel codependency is a good thing, because when you get codependent on somebody, you depend on them for life. You depend on them for light. You depend on them for love. And you depend on them for security and way of living. And I feel like the only person you should be depending on those specific things is from yourself, your inner light, your inner strength, and God Himself. That's the only person that could uplift you to such a degree, and that could keep you afloat amongst the bullshit and amongst the naysayers and the oppositions and the hardship of life. That's the only thing that could keep you up. Is that. But we have the habit as humans and human nature to get attached to certain ways and certain patterns and certain toxic patterns and energies, and we get so consumed in it that we think it's the way of life, and we don't know that there's a way healthier way of going about this, and this ain't it. And they think, oh, if I hold this guy down, if I keep being there for him even though he treats me like this, I will eventually get that award. I will eventually get that validation. I will eventually get that unconditional love from this man because I am loyal. What you are is self hate. You don't love yourself. If you could allow a person to completely walk over you, to completely discredit your feelings, to completely be insensitive, inconsiderate, deceitful, revengeful, toxic, a cheater, an abuser, verbally, mentally, emotionally, what I call that is self hate. I call accepting that as self hate. I call accepting that of not having a beautiful connection with God Himself. I call that some serious need for healing. That's what I call that. And a lot of us, and I've been a victim of it. That's why I could speak it. And that's why I'm so comfortable in it, because yes, I haven't played it to the degree that I've witnessed some people play this role, but I have been a victim to it myself, where I had to step back and reflect and be like, man, this is not loyalty. This is not love. This is not love, man. This is hate. This is self-hate. This has nothing to do with the next person at this point. This has everything to do with me. I'm no longer feeling like, why God does this person treat me like this? I'm not deserving of this, or you have the audacity to treat me like this, or how dare you treat me like this. No, it's how dare I treat myself like this? How dare you treat yourself like this? How dare do you allow somebody to speak to you in such nature, in such way, in such, ugh, you get what I'm saying? Like, how dare you? How dare you? They are not in control of how they treat you. You are in control of what you put out there and what you allow and what you accept. That's their way of knowing how to deal with you. And if they could get away with treating you like murder, if they can get away like treating you like the shit on the bottom of their shoe, then what would make them feel the need to draw and reflect and treat you like the queen you feel you really are, and they know you really are deep down inside with your pure heart? How, what would make them want to exercise and work at treating you like the empress, like the divine being that you are, like the queen that you are, if you allow them to treat you like dirt, lesser than, like shit? How, Sway? In the perfect ideal world, we would want them to figure it out, but we have to figure it out because it's our life that we are living alone. It's our life. If that person could drop right now, it's us standing up and have to draw back our strength to get back up on top of things. So I feel like before we throw that loyalty card and try to make the next person feel accountable for how they make you feel, because self-esteem is self. It's self-reflection. It has all to do with self. It's your self-esteem. So you have to be more in tune with that. You need to get more in tune with that and figure out what's what, and figure out how you want the next motherfucker to treat you. And yes, they may have treated you like this up until now, but moving forward, you need to draw the line of what you will and will not accept in order to get the foundation, the stability, the unconditional love, the consistency, the respect that you seek. That's all it boils down to. So I can't stand a motherfucker or a weak-minded girl that likes to play pity party. And it's one thing to play a pity party one time, two time, maybe even three, four times, because you're still learning and, you know, it kind of threw you for the loop, or it's you and this person's first big argument, and you fear that coming to an end because of that. But if it's been all 10, 4, 100, 1600 is what it feel like years that you've been dealing with this bullshit, and you're starting to sound like a broken record and a broken telephone with saying the same shit on rotation about what the next motherfucker did to you and what they're deserving of because they treated you like this. No, you need self-love. That's what you need. You need a reset button, and you need to go dig deeper and reflect and start to figure out why the hell I am in this situation, and stop pointing fingers and trying to make other people responsible for how you feel and how you allowed yourself to be dealt with, and stop saying that you're the only person that's loyal and you're the only person that that God knows your heart and it's okay. Everybody else that is not feeling what you're feeling will suffer. Anybody else that has allowed you to, that has witnessed you feeling this way and never helped at making the next person seeing you better, I had to draw myself back from that type of energy, and I had to say, this motherfucker needs healing. This motherfucker needs guidance. This motherfucker needs self-love. And most important, this person needs me nowhere need be around them. Because I don't want to deal with somebody that does not love their self and wants to play a pity party and point fingers and make people feel bad for their fuck ups and their situation. You made this bed, so you figure out how to get back up. You claim you are this spiritual person, you are this smart person, you are this intelligent person, you are this, that, and the third. So then you need to draw that strength, draw that inner wisdom that you claim you have, and figure out how to better your life so that you can live a better, authentic life in your divine being and spread love, give love. If you are not happy with yourself, then I can't expect you to be happy for my situation, my blessings, my goals reached, my life completed, my evolution, my transition, if you're over there feeling like shit. And you ain't feeling to have no fake, false smirk, smile for my blessings when I know that you could give a shit about what's going on over here because you don't give a shit about yourself. That's all I'm saying. So, to hell with the bullshit. To hell with that false, unrequited love, loyalty card you throw to feel validated and to feel good in your fuck ups and to feel good in your lack of self-love. Get it together. I'm not trying to make anybody feel like shit. I'm trying to get somebody to feel lit and to find their inner light and to spark it up on these motherfuckers. That's the only way you're going to get him to consider loyalty, to give it back to you. That's how guys and girls operate different. We don't operate on the same frequency. So if you think doing this, doing that, doing this, he's going to marry you automatically, whether he knows he's wrong or not, that's not how it works. In the ideal world, it would be great and it's common sense. Like, duh, nigga, if you see me doing this and I'm doing this, where's the balance? Where it's not adding up. Something ain't adding up. Well, what you need to do is find yourself. And when you find yourself and focus on loving yourself more, that person will sense that shift. If they're supposed to be for you and they were watching and they really are some type of smart, they will notice that shift. They will notice that self-love starting to creep up in you and consume you and start within and coming without. And now it's starting to show on not only your demeanor, but people who you're around, because energy travels and you're spreading that energy, you're spreading that self-love, and they're saying, holla fucking Luya. I want that. That's my bitch. That's my bottom girl. That's my partner. That's my confidant. That's my companion. That's my wife. And I'm talking about the real wife, not the wifey that these people throw up and they don't live by the things that come behind that term wife and husband through thick and thin, through good or worse. Bad. I don't know the whole thing, but I know the gist of it. And if he's the real deal, he's going to know that and he's going to want to own that. He's going to want to represent that because it looks good. It makes him look good. It makes him self-reflect and reflect. It makes him want to be a better person because you're a better person to yourself and you have boundaries as a motherfucker, and you're not letting nobody, not even him, get the better of you, and you're not putting him before yourself. Yes, he is a part of you and he's a part of your love, but God above all, you, then the universe, and then whatever who comes after that, family, all that good stuff. Okay, so that's my message to my divines, to my beautiful girls who are still in the process of healing, and we're all healing and we're never going to stop healing, but that's just a little motivation to put under your ass, and that's just a little bit of love and a little bit of experience and a little bit of light and a little bit of reflection to throw at you guys. So I'm happy to tune back in, and many, many, many more videos and many more conversations to have in the near and far future. All is good, all is great. Before I end this video, I want to ask God to continue to grant me vision, to continue to grant me clarity, guidance, strength, and balance. Okay? Unconditional love. Love heals all. Okay? We have to give it. We have to receive it. We have to nurture it. Okay? Because love conquers all. Thank you. Adios. Bye bye.